Welcome to Straight Red Card.
Don't act surprised, Dick. Don't act surprised.
I know. Anyhow, yeah, we got all kinds of stuff to talk about again.
Yeah.
I don't know what's really going on here. How hard are y'all? Right now, I'm pretty flaccid. By the way,
think you're excited, Derek? Feel these nipples.
By the way, Tack uses the word flaccid, but I introduced him and Pete to that word many years ago. After they asked me live on one of their shows about a Berhalter performance. And I said, it made me flaccid. So anyhow, we got that. By the way, just a question here. This says fun size.
Yeah.
What the hell is fun about having a tiny ass Twix?
You can get it stuck in your roller.
I guess, but I'd have a lot more fun with more.
Question though, Derek, is that the left or right?
I'm not buying into that commercial crap.
You buy more Twix if you want both left and right.
It's
kind of like Sour Patch Kids. You know, at first they're sour, but then they're sweet.
Yeah. Well, anyhow, point being, I don't know why those are called fun size. Nothing fun about them at all. They're just small.
And they got rid of they used to be called bite size.
That made more sense because they are bite size. Although the big ones are bite size too.
They have the bite size ones that are small. Then they get the long, like talking about Snicker bars. Let's just go with that. They have the bite size ones, which are little, 1 inch by 1 inch squares. And you get the longer one, looks like a short turd, and then you get the big ones normal. And then you get the king size.
I mean, I guess they could have gone bite size, multiple bite size, a lot of bite size. I don't know. They're all bite size because if you can bite them, they're bite size, right? So I don't get this fun thing either. I'm baffled by it. By tonight, I am drinking something I haven't had on the show before. I'm drinking an Orval, or an Orval, as some people call it, but I believe in Belgium they call it an Orval. And this is a Trappist ale made in Belgium. Where in Belgium? Distributed by Tacoma, Washington, somewhere in Tacoma, Washington. Anyhow, my eyesight sucks, so I can't really see anything, but it's only 6.9% alcohol by volume. But I will tell you this, it is made with champagne.
A lot of fucking head, dude.
Champagne yeast. And this is a lot of fucking head. That's what she said. All right.
Rob, we did answer the super chat. We talked about nipples and everything.
Yeah. How hard are we?
Yeah.
I mean, we're fairly...
We're gonna get into the nitty-gritty details later, guys.
Sure. We're fairly flaccid right now, though.
If we talked about the main topic right now, the amount of time that people would listen to our show would drop off drastically. They'd listen to the first 20 minutes and be done.
Yeah.
Just like the people who just want to hear fluff from us.
Absolutely. The new McCartney album. Not bad, by the way. Hi, guys. I'm on a day 3 of no porn. Well, you're going to blast tomorrow. No doubt about it. The walls will be covered. Actually, the new Paul McCartney album is probably one of the better ones he's made in a long time.
Isn't it the one that was considered cheating in AI or whatever?
I don't think it's cheating. I don't think it is. It still sounds like an old man with a little help here and there from something, but it's not AI. It's not like they're like, dude can't sing. Can we please just have AI do a 1967 version of Paul McCartney on this album, please? Thank you. No, they didn't do that. The old guy sang, and you can tell in certain times for sure that, they needed the help. Anyhow, that's all I got. So we got all these little tabs we've got to probably go through today, don't we?
Not nearly as many as you would think, though.
I sent you a shitload.
And I got that's most of what we pulled up here. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, let's do it. Unless you got something.
No. Well, my son started his first practice of the season today. This is why we had a later show, guys. This practice runs up through 8:00, and by the time I get to the car and drive back over here, there's no chance in hell making it 8:15.
Well, that might happen again. So people just got to be ready for a 15-minute later show.
For the next 6 to 7 weeks, expect it. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, somebody said his wing stuff is the best, Paul McCartney. I know. I mean, I agree. There's some great wing stuff, but Band on the Run was really, really amazing. I think, was that Wings or was that just Paul McCartney? I think it was Wings. I think that was Wings as
So
well.
it was a really good TV show too.
Band on the Run?
No, Wings.
Oh, yeah. But Band on the Run is one hell of an album. That Ram, but that's a Paul McCartney album. Ram was the beginning of the lo-fi, like indie rock sort of example. Okay, so we're going to get to Gio. We're going to get to Gio. We're going to get to Infantino, right?
Transfer news. We got Infantino stuff. Yeah.
We got it all covered.
Got some MLS stuff. Yeah.
We got people shitting all over Herc, left and right for his anti-poach take. And,
hey, while he's not a big Poach fan, he is also a card-carrying member of the Single Cycle Club.
I think that would be cool if we had a full cycle.
Well, and that's why I put an asterisk by it. I was really torn because it's like I'm torn between my principles of one cycle, but he did only have like 18 months.
Kind of like Uranus. All right. Torn.
Oh, okay. There you go. I was going back. I was like asterisk 18 months.
Pegging.
Yeah, I didn't put two and two together there.
Pegging joke. Sorry. All right, let's start it off, Brett. How are we doing?
The touchline has broken. Touchline, the Twitter handle.
Those guys are always bringing the news. Touchline.
Yep.
They bring all kinds of news that all of you should read and believe all the time.
They provided a list of the top 50 leagues around the world.
Boy, they provided more than that today. They provided multiple reports of supposedly Infantino calling Trump, which is absurd.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
Trump save my job. Trump, what the fuck is Trump going to do? Come on, dude.
Trump can't do shit. He's not calling Trump. And you know who he's calling? All the UEFA members. That's who he's calling and begging them to forgive him. All right. I
would have shared the 50 million with all of you, I swear.
Oh, that guy's so disgusting.
What's that really going to get you in the end? That's
Infantino's. He's disgusting. All right, but we already knew that. English Premier League being number one, then Spanish La Liga, then German Bundesliga, then the Italian Serie A, then French League. Okay, so you could shift orders in that. That's still the top five.
1 through 3 are pretty much guaranteed. I think 4 and 5 are pretty much set at this point.
Yeah, and then somehow, and I'm not saying that there aren't good players in the Brazilian league. There certainly are. There's a reason there are Brazilians all over the world. But top 6, I'm not buying that one. We're
going to listen. We'll find out which league we think is above them.
Okay. Then Argentina, which is a pretty good look, but a pretty big league. But we got a player playing there, an American. His name is starts with an M.
Mitrovic.
Not Mitrovic.
Not Mitrovic?
No, but it does start with it. It's not Mihailovic. It's something where near that. Miljevic. Thank you. And he's like a starting player on a really good team there. And he has no shot at making our national team. None.
The one camp he got brought in, I really thought Poach was going to start bringing him back in. I mean, there are things you watch and you saw and you're like, okay. But I could have sworn he would have got another look, man. Maybe they just butted heads. I don't know.
No, guys, the Brazilian league is good. I just don't think it's better than the Argentinian league. Now, this is a matter of degrees, of course. And are we really going to absolutely discount the Portuguese league and say the Brazilian and Argentinian leagues are better than the Portuguese league? Now, how the fuck Belgium got in here, that I do not understand. That I do not get. You got usually a couple good teams. That's it. So how they're here, I do not know.
And that's the thing you really got to take into consideration is when you start looking at like a league like Belgium. Don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on Belgium league by any means, but yeah, you are looking at a very top-heavy league that has a couple of big contenders, and the rest of the league is like, okay.
Yeah.
But I'm like, does it make it? You take a look at the league, like use the championship as an example. It's not the most technical league by any means. It's a very physical and fast league, and there is technicality there. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying anything bad about them either. But I mean, is the Belgian league really any better outside of those couple teams?
No, I don't see how the Belgian league's in the top 10 here. That one is a real shocker to me. Then the championship, then Poland. Huh. That I would not have seen that coming either.
I don't
know. Poland? I mean,
is Polish league stronger than Austrian or the Swiss?
I wouldn't know. I think that Austrian teams have played better in Euro competitions. I think their clubs have performed better.
Motherfucker, apparently there's like some streaming issues going on right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Mr. Danny Strunkvik and Berlin are all saying it. Stream's cutting out. Although I don't know, it's nothing's lagging on our end. I mean, I've got good connection here.
Yeah, nothing is lagging on our end, so hopefully
weird. It's YouTube trying to keep us as in men down. Not the man.
Yeah.
But keep us. It is the man keeping us down.
Well, I'm sorry, guys, if that's still going on. Let us know if it fixes itself. Okay, so all right, so we keep going. The Danish, Colombian, and they're just spouting out all this randomly at this point. Japan, okay, that's fine. Norwegian league, what? I mean, I do have.
How's the Norwegian league above the Swiss?
Bodo Glimt, maybe the one team that did really good in the Champions League. I don't know. Anyhow, I'm not.
It's a wheel of doom, right? Alex says it's a wheel of doom right now. But everybody else is after a few moments, they're coming back saying, "Nope, it's good now."
It's all good. Okay, good. All right. So yeah, I think this is a splatter gun. I don't think this guy, or these guys, or whomever they are, know Dick. I wouldn't trust this list. There are other people that do are been dedicated to making these rankings forever. I think they do a better job. I would go check out them. This I'm not buying at all. This order I am not buying. So yeah. All right. That's all I got. I don't like it. I don't like these people. I don't like this poster. Anyhow, he's full of shit 99% of the time. So this is just his personal opinion. It's like your opinion, man. Okay.
Oh, where the fuck is USL 1?
It's not gonna be on there. USL? It's not gonna be on there.
USL.
He probably doesn't even know it exists. So
no, it's fair. That's fair.
All right. What else we got?
Derek, good news. All your equipment's in.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll have to come get it. That's great. I will stop by this weekend and grab it.
Roger.
And when he says equipment, folks, he does mean a new mic and and a new camera. All right. Not that kind of equipment. All right. Too much porn on Brett's computer. Brett's computer's holding up pretty well on my end.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on here. All right.
I'm going to watch porn on this 2009 computer I got going on here.
Yeah.
I'll crash it.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Somehow I managed to pull off a stream on it, though. So.
We've actually never had a delay problem like that. So.
No. I mean, we'll have issues where one of us will robot, but that's an RN type of thing.
Right.
But we're fucking clear as day. It sounds more like a YouTube. Maybe your internet provider. Maybe you hit your threshold and your internet provider's throttling you guys. The fact that it's happening to multiple people makes it seem like it's more like it's a YouTube issue.
Probably YouTube. Yeah.
Bar Down Bully says that's fine on Twitter, so it's got to be YouTube.
It's YouTube. Okay. So go watch it on Twitter, guys. It's on there. Just go to at Straight Red Card. You'll find Brett, and then he's got to post it up there. Okay. Derek, what time is it right now in Indy? It is currently 8:47. Is Major League Soccer secretly building North America's next global super league? What? They proposed MLS 3.0 rules are going to scrap GAM and TAM for a $30 million salary cap, allowing top clubs in the States to outspend Liga MX and mid-tier European leagues.
Do you think? Garber's pissed now that he's out of the equation that they're getting rid of Garber bucks for an actual salary cap?
No, this was
which is the whole reason why he had Garber bucks in there.
No, this is his plan. This is his plan. This is his plan as he exits. He and the owners. This is what he's wanted to do for a long time. No,
but that's what I'm saying. He's leaving, and they finally decide to bump up the.
Sure, and everybody will say, "Thank God Garber left."
Seriously, that's what it's gonna be. A lot of the people are gonna be like, "Oh, it's the new guy," and trust me, we got the new guy lined up, and we're gonna pull him up here in just a second.
Yeah, but see, people don't understand that GAM and TAM were created by Garber to get around the owners. We said this a million times. The cheap owners didn't want to spend, so Garber pulled GAM and TAM out of his ass so teams could spend. Otherwise, because he knew the cap wasn't going up. He's wanted to raise the cap for years. People don't seem to understand. The commissioner his job is to do what the owners want. And so if you want to blame Garber, you can. He said a lot of weird things and some dumb things over the years. Like in 2012, we want to be a top league by whatever, 2016 or whatever. That was stupid. A top 5 league or whatever he said by 2016. That was a dumb thing to say. That was never going to happen. But as far as, without Garber, this league would have stalled out years ago without TAM and GAM. We'd be back to like 2012 right now, 2010. We'd still be there without TAM and GAM. People don't realize that. So, yes, Garber's done some stupid shit, and the whole U.S. Open Cup thing was absolutely atrocious. And we could go on with a list of other things that he's done that I don't like. But TAM and GAM, that was him trying to get around the cheap-ass owners who still ran the league. And you know who they are. The Revs owners, the Kansas City owners, etc. Not the current ones. Well, the same one for the Revs, but yeah, exactly.
You got to give props to the Hunts and the Crafts who basically kept the league afloat for the longest time. But
they built it. They built the league.
We're past that point. Time to move on. Time to start innovating and getting up there.
Right. So the original owners would go to Garber and say, "Fuck you. I don't want to raise the cap. You know how much money I've already invested just starting this league in the first place? One of them owned 3 teams.
Yeah.
He didn't want to spend any more at all at the time. And then, it was tight ass city. So, but now we got teams that want to spend, and they totally outnumber the teams that don't.
It'd be interesting to go back and look at how much money was invested as far as whatever they had to invest. Obviously, rosters were
pretty cheap,
but salaries were pretty damn cheap. So you held on to it. But now you have teams like San Diego that have to come into the league, drop a cool $500 million straight up.
Yep.
And then I'm sitting there I'm going back and thinking, I'm like, man, did the original owners, I wonder how much money they actually invested to keep the league afloat in comparison to what is going into what the teams are now coming into it have to pay to get into it.
Well, you'd have to take inflation into it as well.
That's fair too.
Going back to 1995. So I'm sure it's a lot more money than we in investing in a game that was really teetering on can this really work? It was a major risk on their part. So
I gotta say, Larry, you are incredibly active on creating accounts.
Maybe Larry this time. Jesus Christ. All right. What are we looking at here?
Here's the bullet points of why MLS 2.0 failed. $10 million stars, $80,000 defenders.
Okay.
Sure.
That's why it's okay.
Game and TAM complicated trades.
Yeah, but it kept the league. It allowed the league to spend. So
Yeah.
on that one,
Fake
wrong.
currency. I agree. It's they're Garber bucks, but like you said, it's the way to make the league spend more money than what the owners were willing to
It
spend.
was willing to go. Yeah, this was the plan to get around the cheap ass owners. Sorry.
Get a transfer tax, so fees waste on DP slots. I'm not sure what that is. What that means.
Fees waste. DP slots. Fees waste. I guess he's talking about transfers. I don't know.
But then here's the big one for me that I think we need to get rid of is the whole discovery rights, the block signings. So and so wants to come here. But hey, you discovered a guy who's 15 years into his career. I discovered him, guys. I discovered him here in Columbus. I want I wanted Messi, but Messi wanted to go somewhere else, so Inter Miami had to pay.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that was the case in that situation, of course, but that happens all the time.
Yeah, discovery rights need to go, and so do regions of where academies can.
Yes, 100%.
That needs to go as well. That's bullshit.
It's stupid.
I mean, look at Houston. They don't even care about their academy.
There's only so many academy slots that teams have.
Yeah.
Who the fuck cares if you double dip in a region? It's stupid.
Especially in a region where a team isn't taking full advantage of their academy, right? So if Houston isn't going out and plucking all the best players from all around the Houston area, why can't Austin go do it? Because maybe they care more. Or why can't Dallas go do it? That's ridiculous.
That was my argument with when it comes to the current pay to play system and stuff like that. And everybody's like, oh, but these teams, these clubs, they give scholarships away. They pay for their tuition, not tuition, but the fees. I'm like, that's great, but these clubs only have a finite number of spots.
Yeah. And
what about the rest of the here in Indy? There's only 2 DA clubs in Indianapolis. What about the rest of the hundreds, thousands of players who are talented, but maybe not necessarily as talented as the person that's fighting for that single spot over in Carmel? So the same things. Hey, if Chicago wants to pillage somebody down in Kansas City, who fucking cares? Let them do that. If they're doing their due diligence and they're scouting the player, let them scout.
Absolutely.
It's
so
stupid.
that needs to end. Blocking signings needs to end. So discovery rights is just so stupid. It's so dumb. It's so MLS. That needs to end. Mm-hmm. And then this is more failures, I'm guessing.
This is the blueprint. This is
okay.
What's going to happen?
Can you make it a little bigger?
Not really.
Okay.
You'll have to pull it up on a different screen, whatever. The cap goes from 6.4 million to 30 million. So it's a significant jump.
That's a big jump, yes.
The floor goes from none to 15 million. So the teams have to spend a minimum of 15 million.
I mean, there sort of is a floor already
Pretty
in the
much.
sense that you have to play the players at least this bottom level amount.
There's depending on where they fall on the roster, there's a minimum salary cap for them anyways.
Right. So I don't know.
There's a floor regardless. That none is a fake stat.
It is a fake word that doesn't bear the truth. Yeah.
Yamatam goes to pure cash, and the fees go from a cap hit to zero charge.
Okay. I'm not saying that the new thing's better. I am totally agreeing that the new thing's better, but it just none of this is taking into account the actual history of the league at all. But that's okay, I guess. MLS outspends Liga MX and Europe. Well, they'll outspend a lot of leagues for sure if they're spending 30 million. But we all know a bunch of teams are not spending 30 million. A bunch of them are not going to spend 30 million. There'll be a few that do, and a lot that won't, because a lot of them don't want to spend 30 million. You will hear them bitch about it all the time. Well, we're not making any money.
Spenders. That's why the top spenders, mind you, obviously 70 million is significantly more than 30 million.
Yes.
But hey, that's what designated players are for, right?
Right. So you still the designated players will not count as part of the cap. the $30 million
Is the 70 million right there? Is that a fake number too? I mean, is that just assuming what people might spend, top spenders might spend?
It's a fake
Because
number.
at this point, I mean, you can only gauge that 70 million based off of what Miami's willing to spend because they're willing to spend on God knows what,
He's just guessing.
Yeah, it's all guess. But I guess that's a nice thing. And it's like, hey, look at this. We're gonna triple, no double, I guess.
Yeah.
Mixy, but
yeah, I mean, I don't see a whole lot of. I mean, we'll find out who the top spenders are, and we already kind of know who they're going to be. But there are a lot of teams that used to be top spenders that aren't spenders anymore, like the Sounders. Seattle doesn't spend dick, and
well, and I feel like they've worked the American system in that sense. Is that they've got some working players mixed in with some decent, talented players.
They develop their own players.
You have a team that's very competitive. You don't have to go out and buy the marquee players that like Miami buys or LA buys.
Yeah,
you can just sit there and put forth a solid enough team.
Allow teams to play 0 domestic players.
Hey, quit talking about Chicago like that.
I mean, they already do, my man, Larry. They like all season long. Miami has played 3 domestic players. 3.
Dude, Chicago has what? They have Brady.
They played 1 this weekend.
And Goodman.
1.
Brady and Goodman.
They played 1. Yeah, exactly. Or 2. Yeah, 2. Brady and Goodman. That's it. Yep.
And Dean is usually the other one, another right back, but he's our secondary right back at that.
Yeah.
And then we have Americans coming in as subs, but cool, I guess.
Why would we play 0? I'm not going to even get into. Yeah. Okay. Anyhow, Inter Miami have identified Kevin De Bruyne. This is another full of shit account.
We identified him, man.
Another fucking full of shit account you should not follow on Twitter called Transfer News Live or Deadline Day Live. Inter Miami have identified Kevin De Bruyne as a transfer target.
Ton of money, but they pay a shit ton of money for that gold check, man.
Oh, I'm sure.
They gotta be like a legit,
They're not legit. They're full of shit.
3.2 mils. 3.2 mils.
Well, I guess their source is Mundo Deportivo, who is full of shit. Okay? This is not true. Miami have not. They can identify Kevin De Bruyne all they want. He is not a transfer target. They're done for right now.
They had no options.
Yes.
Their cap's been capped. They have no designated player opportunities. I mean, you'd have to do some shenanigans and finagle it all a bit. It's dumb. It's dumb.
Fabrizio already said this is bullshit, by the way. Yeah. All right. And San Diego and Chicago.
This is what gets me. It's the identified aspect.
It's so
they identified him as a target. Well, that's not much of it. What you pay scouts to do this shit?
It's just stupid fucking pile of shit.
My 12-year-old son could do this shit. Like, hey, have you guys possibly thought about this guy's a target?
Well, I've identified him too.
It's so stupid.
It's the dumbest reporting ever. Please, people, don't click on that shit. It's all horseshit. Breaking news: Larry Bird will be the next MLS commissioner, according to multiple.
I thought you said Larry Bird for a second there.
Well, that would probably be better. People familiar with the matter: Berg is the co-owner of LAFC. He's not. Okay, it's true. He is. He will need to sell that stake as part of the transition. Of course, he has to becoming MLS third commissioner. And I know there are people out there, I don't know who he is. And other people are like, I'm disappointed. I get it. But in the end, Larry Berg is still subject to the owner's majority, their whims, their wants.
He's a former part owner anyways.
Right. He's not like people seem to think like the MLS commissioner has all this power. They don't. They bow to the majority of the owners, who are the majority of whatever the opinion of the day is. That's what they do. And that's the reason we never had a salary cap raise, because the number of team owners who wanted to spend like really spend had to outnumber the schmucks who didn't want to. And we finally got there. It took a long time for that to happen, by the way. And that's the only reason there's change. It's not because Garber suddenly, fireworks shot out of his ass and he convinced all these tight asses to spend money. No, there's just more owners now who want to spend than owners who don't. And it took us a while to get there. It's as simple as that, people. The commissioner really has not as much power as everybody would imagine. So I don't think anything dramatic is going to change too much just because there's a different commissioner. I don't. You would hope for better marketing, maybe. Maybe this guy's a better, understands how to market. Maybe that would be one area that would be, it's just asking to be improved. That and transparency, that would be nice.
I guess if you're going to take a part owner from any team, LAFC is a good team to pick from because at least they're willing to spend and invest moving forward. They're more progressive than saying picking up a Kraft or a company.
Yeah, Kraft.
I feel like at least Berg has been around a more progressive side. Moving the needle forward.
He's coming from a team that does like to spend. So that's the good news. So Henry Winter, it's over, Gianni. Infantino's plan to invite venture capitalists to buy a stake in the World Cup and other FIFA tournaments is dead in the water. It certainly is. It's over. CONCACAF follows UEFA in rejecting this divisive plan. So that's 41 plus 55 national associations of the 211 against so far. Oh, except for Mexico. They are willing to hear it out.
Oh, Mexico.
Were they? Oh yeah, they were the only.
I didn't catch it.
Just leave it to Mexico's federation to embarrass themselves in front of everybody else.
Maybe we should sell stakes of people.
We're willing to listen to your plan, Infantino. Yeah, okay. Where the whole rest of CONCACAF said no in unison, the Mexican Federation said, well, hold on. I want to hear what he's got to say.
Yeah.
I want to hear how much money we can make first. Hold on. Yeah, what a bunch of morons. CONCACAF.
I heard the African nations are on board with Mexico then in that sense. I thought they were waiting to see.
They were very late to the go.
Yeah.
Yes, very late. And even then they said some pretty flaccid things like, well, we're willing to hear the proposal out and blah, 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 blah. Okay.
What would be the proposal in that sense? In the sense that, how much money are you really going to generate from selling off stakes that every nation, the 211 nations of FIFA, would benefit from it? How much money are you really going to generate from that?
I don't know, but that's why their ears are open. How much more money here in AFCON can we make? That's disgusting. So what you're going to do is create a marketing branch of FIFA, make it a for-profit group, and sell stakes in it to private equity. Fuck that. The last thing all of us don't need. We do not need private equity involved in running FIFA or any part of FIFA. Fuck that and fuck Infantino. And the fact that AFCON and Mexico want to listen to it and analyze the situation tells me they're a bunch of fucking dumb asses, or they have no morals whatsoever. And the fact that this was done pretty much behind, Carlos Codera has been a close ally, friend, and confidant. He's the American guy of Infantino for years. He quit. He resigned and said, fuck that guy. He's doing shit. He's doing shit behind her back. We're done with this bullshit. I'm done with it. And listen, if you got CONCACAF and the U.S. Soccer, who are also a little bit corporate whores themselves, right? And they're all saying, no, that's wrong. That's a step too far. Then something's not right. Anyhow.
I'll say Alex says I was surprised the CONCACAF went against it, Infantino. Well, the fact that Infantino moved operations to Miami, he was basically had sitting on Trump's lap 90% of the time and all those marketing things leading up to the World Cup. I honestly was kind of surprised that we came out given our history, our as federations of fraud and just stealing the money. From locations. You just imagine that. I was kind of surprised too.
Well, Jackie Ripoff is gone, right, from the
Fair
Caribbean.
Enough, yeah.
So maybe we just don't have as many creeps as we used to have.
Maybe that was the case. Santa Claus is gone from the U.S. What was his name?
Yeah, forgot his name. Anyhow, yeah, he's gone too. He's dead. The guy that liked birds. So Santa Claus is gone too. Yeah.
The guy that liked
Blazer, Chuck
yeah.
Blazer.
Yeah, Chuck Blazer. Yeah.
I couldn't get bladder out of my head, but once I did, it's Chuck Blazer. So yeah, there's been corruption for years in CONCACAF. Maybe this is a good sign, except for Mexico.
Except for Mexico.
Except for Mexico. I'm not reading all this shit.
No, I didn't expect you. Just scrolling down to see where it's at. And it's 41 members. I mean, does that include all of we have 42 members in that sense? Because it's 41 members.
Well,
maybe it took Mexico longer to come to the table in the end. Like, okay,
and the dumbasses at FMF posted they were willing to hear it out. They were so stupid they made it public. What a bunch of fucking idiots that run the FMF. Unfucking real. Anyhow, we'll see. But yeah, this is over. A lot of people think that Infantino should lose his job or will lose his job. I don't know about that, people, because I don't think there's anybody powerful enough right now to usurp him. But he sure made himself look like an ass. I mean, he had his COO of FIFA say, hey, this is wrong. And it was done behind our backs. And if you want to fire me, fucking fire me. I don't care. Did he get fired? No. He didn't. Yeah. The CEO did not get fired. So FMF destroying Mexican football. They've been doing a pretty good job of that for a while. Yes.
That and like ditching Pro and Rel. I mean, just
ditching Pro Rel was
you guys are making some serious choices here.
I mean, we're not one to talk because we don't have it, but
it's not. Yeah, we're not getting rid of something that would work anywhere else in the world.
Something that historically Mexico has had for ages, and you're just getting rid of it. It's pathetic. You are following us down the anti-Pro Rel thing. Why? Why would you do that? That's disturbing. Anyhow,
I feel bad for all the tier 2 teams.
Yeah,
they were already on a struggle bus just to get promoted. And their promotion relegation was so sketch, anyways.
Well, we all knew during COVID when they stopped Pro Rel because of COVID. Okay. We all knew that was it. It was over. They were never going back. We all knew it at the time. So there you go, people. It's corrupt. A lot of this shit's corrupt, man. It is. All right.
They did promotion relegation. They just start pillaging the Mexican Americans from the United States at that point. So.
Kind of a serious question. The World Cup was on U.S. soil. Bank transactions the same. Can Trump give Infantino a pardon? Absolutely fucking not. Absolutely not. He cannot. Yeah. And nor would he. Nor does he care about this. They asked him, hey, did you get involved in this whole deal to create FIFA Forward or whatever the fucking that stupid name they came up with it for? He's like, nope, never talked to him about it.
I mean, again, this is a stupid topic to even talk about because what's Trump going to do? But not only that, but what's Marco going to do?
Marco can't do shit about this. And this whole idea.
What is he going to possibly do?
This whole idea that Infantino is calling Rubio and Trump is false. It is a lie. It has not happened. In fact, Infantino has been on the phone to UEFA members explaining the situation and letting him know that he wants to be a big happy family again. Because what the fuck does Trump and fucking Rubio have to do with FIFA? Nothing. Zero. They have no say, no power, except for, of course, getting Balogun's red card apparently turned around. But, who really knows what went on there? People take credit for doing shit that they really didn't do all the time. That's just how this shit works. Okay. I need some dude wipes right now, says Berlin. Well,
I think Berlin has a stock taken out on some dude wipes.
He might have.
He was bringing it up.
Maybe he was planning on being one of the investors in this new venture of Infantino's.
Yeah.
Anyhow, Marco Rubio is a puppet of a certain foreign president. That's all I will say. Oh, well, yeah. Let's not get into that. I don't want to get into that.
You know what we can't get into?
What? Here. Do not panic. Do not panic. Cap them now. Cap them now. All right. We got some news.
I like how you really get into that, by the way. I never really noticed it, but cap them now. Cap them now.
I know Pochettino isn't big into dual net recruitment. I don't know about that. I used to think that too, but after the Noah Kai Banks thing, I'm beginning to think otherwise.
So yeah, I posted about the re-signing of Poach and everything like that. Like we started noticing him alter his stances on a couple of things.
Yeah,
of course, it was still like, hey, if you're gonna come, you should come and play with your heart, on your sleeve. This is a national team, blah blah blah. But as far as saying, hey, we're not going to go recruiting any dual nats. If they want to play for the U.S., they got to make it apparently notice it, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. But then as the 18 months progressed, he started softening up on that whole thing. And maybe he was looking at his pool and going, am I really going to be bringing Miles Robinson into this?
Well, he didn't need to bring Miles Robinson regardless, honestly. But this is a good point. We do need to at least talk to, not beg, not coerce, but talk to Taishi Nozawa, because, listen, our goalkeeping group sucks. And this guy is a Japanese American who's the same age as the current starting goalkeeper, Zion, with Japan. He probably will never get a chance to play for Japan. All right. I think Zion's pretty much locked that job down. So if he really wants to play in a World Cup and he feels at all American and he's ready to make a full commitment to his American half, then now's the time. And I wouldn't beg him. I wouldn't try to coerce him. I'd just say, hey, would you be interested? And if you are, we'd like you to come join a camp.
We've been keeping eyes on you. You're looking really good, and could be interested in inviting you in if you want to come. That's all you gotta say. You're not gonna say, please come to join us.
Come join a camp and see if you like it. That's all.
I'll buy you a house in Miami. No, we're not gonna say that shit.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds desperate, but honestly, people, we are desperate. Our goalkeepers suck. Coaching is already back from his trial. He's back to Chelsea. So they didn't want
No, that's Slonina, first off.
I mean, Slonina, I'm sorry. Coaching is still.
Coaching still is Sloan, and apparently I've watched his last two highlight reels of the games. And he's looked pretty good. He's looked pretty good.
Coaching looks better, but Slonina didn't make it past trial. All right.
Dude, he didn't make it past that one game where he let 5 goals in the second half. No, I don't blame. I had an entire post about this. I'd probably blame him on maybe 2 of the goals. Well, definitely 1, maybe 2. But the other 3 goals, I was like, dude, no chance.
Yep.
But I mean, I feel bad for him, but you're not going to rebound from letting in 5 goals and a half. It's not going to happen.
No, it's bad. So anyhow, yes, this is something I hope that he pursues, a phone call or whatever, and just see what this guy thinks. By the way, for the 167 of you here, make sure you like, subscribe, and share it with your grandma. We would appreciate it. Clicking those little buttons does help the show. And so for all of you there on Twitter and YouTube, just clicky. All right. That's all I got on that. But yes, we don't have to beg. Just ask. Just give them a phone call. That's
Although if there was one position I wouldn't mind begging for, could be goalkeeper.
Well, maybe they could hire you, and you could
please.
You could do something to service Nozawa.
There's a rest stop just down the street. Let's go.
Little reach around, baby. Little public reach around.
Yeah,
Whatever you can do. Oh, yeah. Gaga couldn't hold his own in a League One team. I'm not sure about him anymore. No, none of us are sure about him anymore. I don't know. I'm not sure either. And it's disappointing. But then again, I never really threw my full weight into believing in
biased. Definitely, I'm biased.
Slonina. Yeah,
but it's one of those things. Again, he was he went to was it Eupen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in the bottom barrel, is always on defense. Have 45,000 shots on him. And they lost most of the games. But you know what? I couldn't blame him on that. I mean, there were some things you could blame. Sure, he's not a perfect goalkeeper by any means.
Right.
He's still young. He still has room to grow. But the problem is, if he's not going to show up and stand out, I mean, you can still make mistakes. Sure, I'm going to grant you that much. You can still make mistakes, but if in League One, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Time for Gaga to learn USL. I still think he might find an MLS team.
Dude, he'll find an MLS team. There's no doubt.
Yeah. What do you guys think of Icestone? I've only seen him once or twice, and I don't really have an opinion of him yet. But I would certainly keep an eyeball on him. And
we've got a button
eyeball on Icestone. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of like 18 to 22-year-old goalkeepers. But what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to just start calling up these inexperienced youth goalkeepers?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's tough. I mean, unless they're actually playing for their team at a high level. I mean,
yeah.
So, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to say. We'll see what happens and see if any of this is the numbers game. We'll see if any of them pan out better than an average MLS goalkeeper.
Yeah, because that's what we got right now. There's Schweike, there's Brady. Hopefully, coaching really develops into the real thing. But right now, we're all on hold, waiting to see if any of those turn out to be anything. And Klinsmann, really good with his feet. He'll be injured for a good long while. He'll be out for at least 8 months, 8 more months. So, yeah. No, Klinsmann's going to be out a while, guys. A while. So we're, and there were a lot of people that were talking about him maybe moving up to Serie A before that injury.
Yeah.
Teams were interested in Serie A in Jonathan Klinsmann. So, yeah, it's going to be a while. It was a serious-ass injury. All right, what else we got?
Transfer news, transfer news. Who's getting mounted on transfer news? Who's getting ogled on transfer news? Transfer news. Everyone loves that transfer news but me. Whatever.
By the way, this beer has a distinct smell of a barn. Like hay in a barn. And it's kind of bitter. I mean, I've had it before. I don't remember it being like this. It's very dry, like a champagne, but not the most pleasant aftertaste. This Orval from Belgium. Not bad, though. I'm going to let you read this.
It's going to make a comment about being Redenbacher and being, popcorn beer, but clubs are reportedly willing to pay up to $15 million for Baptiste Albert. 17-year-old prospect is enjoying a great preseason. Should he stay or should he go?
Should he stay or should he move? Yeah.
I think the answer is he should stay.
He should stay. I mean, Yanks report, we don't know who those teams are. So reportedly is fine. But unless we know who they are, I can't answer that question. You can make, because if the answer is Chelsea, I'd say fuck no. If the answer is Liverpool, I'd say no. If it's some big ass Premier League team like Man City, we're just going to loan them out. No, you don't move. You stay in Dortmund where you get to play for a while. You might get a chance to play. So no. And by the way, if you do get a chance to play and you play well, you're going to be worth a lot more than $15 million to Dortmund. So that's why you stay. And that's why Dortmund says no. Go fuck off to those offers. They're not going to sell him yet. They could still make a lot more money than that.
Again, it's building there. There's no hey, this team, or this team at all. It's just I mean, fuck, it could be recently. It could be Elversberg, right?
Yeah, it could be. And by the way, this is a great point from Strunk. Quoting Build for football-related matters. What is next? TMZ, The Sun? Right. Exactly, guys. And all these Italian papers that get quoted all the time, they're all full of shit. Almost all of them are full of shit. Be careful out there.
Well, that's the whole point of transfer news, right?
Mm-hmm.
We bring up all the garbage and we're like, yeah, this is shit. Yeah, this is shit.
We let you know out there what's bullshit. And we have been 100% correct so far on these reports for the last fucking 4 years. Okay? So if you really want to know what's bullshit and what isn't, come here. We will tell you what's bullshit and what isn't. All right. Haji Wright's been linked with a move to West Ham from Coventry City. God, I fucking hope not. This would be a downgrade. Yeah, no shit. However, West Ham still have a strong chance of going up, and I don't fucking care. He already did that with Coventry City. Why does he want to go back to the fucking championship and play for West Ham? Fuck that. If I am Haji Wright, I'm telling my fucking agent, fuck off. No way. Could this move make sense for Wright? Who put this up?
This is Yanks report.
Yanks! Of course it doesn't make sense. No, it's not a good move.
Source is Big Black Cock, so.
Yeah, and if your source is Big Black Cock, I don't know what to tell you. Big Black Cock is
look really, at that face.
It's awesome, but
he just got told this rumor. He's like, hey, you might be going to West Ham. He's like, what the fuck?
It does what it wants. So, Haji, no, stay at Coventry City. And unless they sign some big motherfucking striker from somewhere and lay down millions and millions of dollars, why would he leave? I wouldn't leave.
Okay, so if you're City at that point, what are you spending your money on? I'm spending more money on shoring up the midfield.
Yes.
Maybe an extra center back or so. Something to help stop goals from going in. I think Haji will be serviceable enough to put away a few goals, you know?
Yeah. I think that's
it's a dumb thing. And who are they possibly going to get that's going to significantly be an upgrade from what Haji can provide?
Good question. And whoever it is that they think that is, that's a fucking shot in the dark. It really is, because they're not getting any big names to sign for Coventry fucking City.
He was on the championship team of the year going into that promotion.
This is absurd.
What the fuck?
And Mr. Yanks, we love you, but man, that was a really bad post. Asking, is this the right move for Haji? You already know the answer to that. No, it's not.
I would have just left off that last line. The rest of it's all fine.
The rest of it's fine because it's reporting. Yeah. But that question, bad. Have an opinion, my man. Say it's a bad move because it is a bad move. It should have been
like, it may not be the best situation for the striker. Yeah, fuck this move is what he should have said right there.
Yeah, let me go back to the championship where I may or may not make it ever back to the Premier League again.
So this is my one opportunity, really, to move up to the EVL. I'm going to get shot in the foot here? Fuck.
Yeah. Anyhow.
Well, I mean, Coventry City fans aren't happy.
I'm not trying to pick on Yanks for Fort Berlin. I'm not really not. We like that guy. He usually does some good reporting. But, you know, we just got to call it what it is when it is. And like Brett said, everything about his post was fine except for the question. The question is absurd. Of course, it's a horrible, horrible idea for Haji, his agent, and anybody who likes Coventry City, honestly. Who are you going to put in his place? Who you got lined up? Some top scoring player in the Polish league who may or may not score any goals for you? Like, honestly, who are you getting if you're Coventry City? Who wants to go there?
Well, I mean, even if you get a journeyman from the EPL that's just bounced around from team after team after team, you have a striker who's bagging goals for you week in, week out consistently. I mean, why would you? He's familiar with the team. He's familiar with the rest of the players. Why would you even rock the boat with that?
I don't know, and I don't buy it. I don't buy it as it is.
Yeah.
Selling Haji would be a massive mistake. Hugely, I don't know about hugely underrated, but certainly if this is true, he's undervalued and not appreciated in this fan base. He's not appreciated. He seemed to be pretty appreciated.
Well, he's saying selling him would be a massive mistake. He's hugely underrated, and would basically saying that it'd be not basically saying the fan base wouldn't be appreciating him if they're willing to just offload him like that.
No, he's saying he's hugely underrated and not appreciated in this fan base, the Coventry City fan base. But then this guy posts and says, well, actually, some Coventry fans want to keep Haji. So that's encouraging. Yes, I would say a lot of them want to keep Haji because what are you getting? That's like this whole thing. Oh, I don't want Poach. Fuck Poach. Well, who are you going to replace him with? It's the same shit. Who's coming into Coventry City to save the day? I don't know. Josh Sargent?
Well,
no.
You know who's coming into Strasbourg to save the day, right?
Gio Reyna to Strasbourg. Here we go.
Guess he got his move after all.
Deal in place for the American to join the Blueco project from Borussia Mönchengladbach. Fee worth $3 million. Medical booked on Monday. Reports on L'Equipe. Gio has agreed to the move.
So I think what Gladbach got him for $2 million, if I recall correctly. So the $3 million seems like it would be an upgrade, but I forgot how much money Dortmund's going to make on the sell on.
Not much.
I'm just saying it's going to be kind of a wash in the end. But that's not a bad deal for a player that maybe you just don't rate. You don't think he's going to crack, or maybe you felt like he was going to maybe crack the starting at some point. But if Gio came out and said he wants a move because maybe the team just doesn't necessarily, fit to his style, and he wants a move, I don't know.
Some people are saying, tact, this is a bad move. I don't know. I don't know how we can know that right now. And by the way, Strasbourg will play some shitty teams this season. Like the bottom 4 or the bottom 5 in France usually suck shit. So I think he'll get to play. I guess we'll find out how much. Hopefully he gets a chance to fight for a starting role. We'll find out. People are like, why didn't he just come to MLS? He doesn't want to come to MLS. It's that simple. He doesn't want to. Or else he would have. Because certainly there's some sort of team out there that would have offered $2 or $3 million for him in MLS. Maybe. Or maybe this is the best deal they got. But either way, he doesn't want to give up yet.
He's 23 years old. If he signs with MLS, he's there for the rest of his life.
He's never going back.
Never going back because he will age himself out with his injury history. Nobody in Europe is going to sign a 27, 28-year-old from an MLS side. And quite frankly, nobody's going to be able to sign a 24, 25-year-old Gio from an MLS side because at that point, MLS is just going to say he's worth $1 bajillion.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, if he went to MLS at this point, he's ending his career in MLS, which some people will say that's going to be a ceiling at this point to get consistent playing time, whatever. I mean, he's a talented kid, but I mean, he's got to figure out how to adapt his game because clearly his game is aged by about 10, 15 years.
He can always go back to MLS. So, hey, Derek, can you sing Even Flow, but sing it like Billy Corgan? No, my Billy Corgan is, I am not, I bet you Brett could do a better job at Billy Corgan.
I'm trying to figure out a tone there.
Because Billy Corgan sounds more like Kermit the Frog, and I do not sound like Kermit the Frog.
I think he's just wanting you to pick up a tone, not necessarily like doing a perfect impression.
I don't know if I could do it. Even flow with a German accent. Even flow.
Yeah, you really got to emphasize on that V.
Even flow. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Despite all my rage, I am filled at the right case. That's my best Billy Corgan I can do.
Yeah.
Anyhow, you would really have to scream to make that one work. Yeah, I can do even flow without screaming because it's actual singing. Whereas, despite all my rage, I'm still in a rat in a cage. It's actual yelling out loud. And I would probably bust the mic here. All right. If MLS is doing so well, then surely any club could have spent $3 million for Gio Reyna. My point is, Mr. Fake Pitch Pockets, he doesn't want to go to MLS. He's not interested.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with MLS.
There are plenty of teams that would have been willing to spend $3 million on him, quite frankly.
Probably. I mean, we don't know that for a fact, but I would count.
Despite the fact that Berhalter's coaching us, Chicago could use a creative midfielder right now. We haven't replaced anybody since we got rid of Gutierrez. Yeah. We've got people who can fill the role, but they're not creative enough that we have this offensive threat at all times. So,
yeah.
But I don't think he wants to play under Berhalter, despite the fact they may have mended the rift and all.
Yeah. Off topic, why is Rick Beato getting bad reviews on what? I haven't seen any of those. I love Rick Beato. Anyhow, what else we got? Yunus Musa could be heading for the AC Milan exit. No shit.
Could be.
No shit.
AC Milan, it's practically said, you're gone, bro.
Jeez, they played him in a friendly. Doesn't mean they're going to keep him. They're a strong competition in the midfield. Yeah. But, he also plays right wing back, if you didn't notice, for AC Milan when he was there. Musa's reportedly been offered to Besiktas, per Turkish journalist. What do you really? If he goes to Turkey, he will disappear. Absolutely disappear. Because that's what happens to, except for Haji Wright.
Hey, Tyler Boyd didn't disappear. He came to LA.
That's true. So if you want to end up in LA, Musa, that's what you should do. Has Lazio considered the cost too high? No. Lazio never considered. Never. That was a bullshit fucking report. Another Italian bullshit report. Lazio, no. Not happening. Okay?
We've already talked about Gaga.
He had a better chance of going to Venezia. And if he's smart, he will go to Venezia. And he'll figure out a way to drop that price. And so will AC Milan when they realize that nobody wants him. Okay? All right. London signed for Birmingham City. Nothing like going from a top 5 Division 1 team to the championship. On a 4-year deal after leaving Palermo. I guess he was on loan to Kern, right?
Yeah.
The 25-year-old is the most realistic successor or backup to Anthony Robinson for the U.S. men's national team heading. What? Why? Yanks!
I don't know if it's most realistic.
What are we doing here, my man? We liked you. What are we doing here?
He couldn't even crack the roster over Arston.
No, we still like you. But this opinion that he is the most realistic successor to Anthony Robinson is just not true. We don't know who his successor is. And we don't even know who's the most realistic one. And we got 4 years to figure it out. So I'm not in any panic to figure it out. Assuming no left back makes it through a major breakthrough. Okay, well, that's a big assumption.
And there may not necessarily even be a requirement for successor. Jedi could, in fact, be our left back next World Cup.
And again, you keep sourcing this big black cock. And I'm just telling you, be careful sourcing big black cock.
You've done your research, Derek. Apparently, it's pretty popular.
It is with the ladies. Anyhow, whatever happened to Caleb Wiley? Injuries.
Mm-hmm.
And then loans. And then more injuries. And then loans. And now he's in a black hole going nowhere. That's what happened to Caleb Wiley.
He ended up on the wrong end of the big black cock, right?
He did. The Chelsea big black cock.
Yeah.
All right, for the 210 of you here now, make sure you like, subscribe, and share it with your grandma. And kiss your stepsister on the cheek. We do appreciate you joining us here on this Monday evening. Tom, don't bogart that joint, my friend, says, breaking, Middlesbrough is finalizing a deal to sign wingback Max Arson from the Columbus Crew per sources. This is almost a done deal as far as we know. Now, fee up to 7.5. Crew retains significant sell-on percentage, which there won't really be one because he's already like 27. Okay? He's old.
He's at a ceiling.
Yeah.
I think Middlesbrough will be the ceiling unless, obviously, they get promoted and they're in the EPL next season.
And then they'll loan him out to another championship team.
I had a bunch of back and forth with some Borough fans. Not bad back and forth by any means. I'm just like, hey, like, oh, I won't wonder if Middlesbrough knows about this player. So long as they don't expect him to play defense.
Did you tell him that?
Yeah, I posted that, and I had a couple of people clap back saying, "Well, generally speaking, wingbacks aren't expected to play defense."
No shit, Sherlock.
As long as you're playing that style, sure, go for it.
Did you tell him no shit, Sherlock? Because honestly, some of these fans are stupid. They just think we don't know that already. Yes, we're telling you don't play him as a left back. Play him as a winger or a wing back, but don't make him have any serious defensive duties.
Yeah.
Oh, he's 25. Okay, so after this contract runs out, he'll be 28. Who's going to want him? I don't know. Maybe he'll shock the world.
Maybe.
I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for him.
Well, sure. We want all American players to do well.
Yeah. Yep.
Man, Middlesbrough is just cherry picking that Columbus connection, man.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens with this. I think they're going to do quite well, honestly. I think.
Oh, sure. I think Arsenal will do fine in the championship. I think he's going to be very good for their attack. And maybe they're going to go the route of, hey, if we just simply outscore our opponents, we'll win every game.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing defensively. But Borough is basically an MLS team. Yeah, I think people are learning. And by the way, Borough were fighting for promotion last season. So they're one of the better championship teams. Okay. And they're about to fill their team with MLS players. Now, they're about to fill their team with some of the best American MLS players.
Mm-hmm.
But what does that say about the championship and MLS? They're really not that far apart, is what it says. That's what it says. Okay? Yep. You may not like what that says, but that's the truth of the matter. When you're stealing the best Americans from MLS, who, by the way, are not the best players in MLS, not even close. Berhalter is not the best midfielder in MLS. Morris was not the best holding midfielder in MLS. And fucking Artson is not the best winger in MLS. And they're all going to one of the best teams in the championship, a team that competed for promotion last season. Well, you make your own judgments.
Well, I mean,
make your own judgment.
And Berhalter just stepped up the plane and jumped right into a match against who did they play? Fuck.
Does it matter? He played well.
Yeah,
he played well.
I think he was He was a part of all three of their goals.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, they're going to be very serviceable. They're going to make the team a tougher team to compete in the championship, and then we'll see what happens if they get moved up.
Yeah, when they move up, all kinds of weird shit could happen. But yeah. Roll down to Borough. I think his days are way over.
No Columbus connection, so it's not going to happen.
Right. Like, if they sign Miles Robinson, they'd be in deep shit. But they're not.
No Columbus connection either.
And no Columbus connection. And same thing with Roldan. He's way too old to go to the championship.
He's a striker. Maybe they need Chase Adams. Let's get him going.
So, but these players are all serviceable enough. They're not going to be the best players on the team, I don't think. I mean, although you could say Morris is certainly the best player on Borough last season.
Borough fans loved him.
Yep. So, Jesus Herrera to Borough. No, don't do that to them, Ricky.
That's a drop off from the Napoli rumors. Come on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Napoli rumors. Let's hope George Campbell shows out again. I hope so. Had a pretty good season for
Mhm.
West Brom last season. So we'll see. Breaking. Manchester United are considering a bid for Tyler Adams. No, they're fucking not.
They're considering, Derek. They're considering. They're thinking about it.
You know what? My asshole considers things, and I ignore it. All right? It considers farting live on this show. And I say, no, you're not going to do that. It's embarrassing. I don't want to fart live on the show. I'm going to hold it in, asshole. So, no, they're not considering dick. This is another bullshit report. Source, Alex Crook. That should tell you all you need to know. The guy's last name is Crook. It's Crook.
That's funny.
All right.
That's funny. I mean, he does have a decent following. Presenter, journalist, author, not Arthur. But don't worry. He's not going to Man United. He's going to Newcastle.
Now that's more believable, but why he and his agent would be like, yeah, let's go to Newcastle. I don't know why he'd do that. And I don't know why Bournemouth would be like, yeah, fine, let's give him to Newcastle. You know, we just got to play European ball this season.
Why would he leave Bournemouth right now? He's currently listed. Bournemouth is currently first in the league. Look at that. That's Champions League spot right there, man. Title.
That doesn't even make any sense why they're
alphabetic. Why is Bournemouth ahead of everybody?
Ahead of Arsenal and Aston Villa.
Oh man, that's funny.
That doesn't make any sense.
That was just funny to see. I'm curious. You know, they're also in Europe. What we?
Yeah, they're going to Europe. They need.
Newcastle finished 12th. Why would you want to take that downgrade?
Why? Yeah. Why would you do that?
I mean, Man United would at least be an upgrade in the champion.
I mean, the only thing that would make sense is Adams doesn't really. Here's the thing. Adams doesn't really know as much about the new manager, right? They lost their manager, okay? Because he's good. That's why they lost him. And so, does this new manager believe in me like the old manager? So, if you're Tyler Adams, you might go, it seems like Newcastle really want me. And this new guy, I don't know if he's going to want me. And he's going to play me. So maybe he's thinking that. But that's the only thing that would make a change for Adams and his agent, is if Adams felt that sort of unknown, right? Yeah. But other than that, there's no reason to leave Bournemouth. None. Zero reason.
Beamer says it's in Newcastle without a coach?
Yes. Eddie just left. And I'm not talking about Eddie Vedder.
Luis is saying that Bayern is monitoring Rolled On right now.
Yes, they are. They're monitoring Rolled On. Remember when people believed that? Remember when people believed that post?
It was an actual post. I don't recall that post.
On Twitter. Yeah, somebody put it up. This is a wow back. People actually believed that was true. Yeah. Unbelievable. All right, for the 221 of you here now, make sure you like, subscribe, share it with your grandma, lean over, and kiss your stepsister's nipple. With her shirt on. Her shirt on, of course.
Don't be a creep about it, yeah.
Let's be tasteful, for crying out loud. All right, what else?
That's what this podcast is all about. It's class, class, class.
We are classy, if not anything else.
You sent this my way. I didn't get to watch the match by any means. But yeah, Brendan had a pretty solid match apparently.
Yeah, Brendan had a good game.
Having won the match 2-4.
Yeah.
Shame. That was just friendly.
Leeds looked really good, but of course it's just a friendly, people. So don't get any don't whip out the lube. And this game, apparently, some people are saying, is going to get him a new contract at Leeds. And he played really well. And it could be that he's getting older and he's married, and now he's more comfortable finishing in the box. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Wink, wink. Now he can finish in the box, baby. Right? He wants children. I mean, it went through the dude's legs, but still.
Hey, put it away. Oh,
Yep.
uh,
All right. Good for Aronson. I don't know. I mean, listen. The only thing that can happen to Aronson is he's just going to become a smarter, more wiser player, and his soccer IQ is going to go up. He's not going to get technically better. He's not going to become faster. He's actually, thankfully, put on some weight and muscle. That's good. So he's not getting pushed over like a doll anymore. And he's learned he can't just draw fouls like that anymore either, not in the Premier League. So he's standing up straight, and he's hopefully becoming wiser. And if he becomes wise enough, he may still have a shot at 2030 and playing on that 2030 or being on the squad. I don't think he's going to start.
The long road going down the cycle. We'll see what happens.
Yes, it is a long road, but if he continues to be a EPL player and he shows some real wisdom, growth in wisdom, becoming a real man of the game, a real man of EPL, a wise man, he could play himself onto the 2030 roster. It's possible. All right. Oh, you got Poach up here.
Yep.
All right, you gonna play some stuff?
Let's run into the main topic here.
All right,
we're gonna talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
So Poach gets asked. I believe it's Michael Cameron that's asking the questions.
Okay.
He asks, basically, say, hey, what do you think about this new cycle in the player pool? Not necessarily the current player pool that you've been playing, but the ones that are young that you haven't called up yet.
Yeah, during the process, I think we met a number of players. I think more than 70 players, and I think
it's pretty impressive given the 18 months that he was there. He called in over 70 players.
It is, but it is also impressive. It's taken him 20 seconds to say, yeah, in the process, we met 70 players.
It's his second or third language.
Oh, I get it.
I think we have the talent, but also we are seeing that start to appear new talented player, 16, 17, 18, 19-year-old, young kid that with the possibility and potential, to be important player in the next World Cup.
Okay, I see it too. I see some of it, but
yeah. And you think is he talking about some like young kids that are working their way up through the woodwork in Europe? No, he's talking about the MLS kids.
No, I think he's talking about both.
I think he does talk about MLS following this.
Yeah, that's true.
But okay, I'm going to take Matisse out of the equation there because he's probably one of the only ones that are. What are their like 16 or 17 or 18-year-old? He was always 19.
I think he's paying attention to coaching as well.
Fair enough. Coaching's 20 now. I think he's just out of the range.
Might be. Yeah, I mean, that's a good question.
There's some young players there. There's some young goalkeepers, some other players that are in youth ranks.
There are 25 players, young players, on Bundesliga teams alone. So, who knows who he's. I mean, obviously he's going to focus on, Gozo and Sullivan and, some of the obvious people rising right now. Mehmeti. Hall, I wasn't that impressed with yesterday or this weekend.
Was it Colin had mentioned? He said that a lot of people will just sit there and say that Hall's a poacher and that's all he is. You know what? I'll happily take a poacher at this point.
Oh, I will too.
I will happily take a striker who just sits around the goal and gets his foot on it and puts it in the back of the net.
I will too. Yeah, I will too. Although I did say at one point on this show, I would very much like to see Hall at least sometime in the season create his own goal. I want to see that. Hall was decent. He was not the protagonist I was looking for this weekend for the New York Red Bulls. There are other players who played better, including the Panamanian kid. And Cade Cowell, by the way, was really, really, really good this weekend for New York Red Bulls. So I'm impressed. I'm going to keep my eyes on, and I'm going to watch him every weekend. Hall has had better games than this. This was not his best game this season. Not saying it was he played like shite, but this is hardly the best Hall we have seen this season. Cade Cowell was an eye-opener this weekend. Like, if he continued playing like that and making those kind of crosses and those kind of passes, he had 2 assists, by the way. He looked really good. So we'll see. All right. And then they played Orlando, right? Wasn't it Orlando? I might be wrong. No, Philly played Orlando, didn't they? Anyhow, I like that Ellis kid. I thought he is really composed for his age. Seriously composed. High soccer IQ. I thought Che played pretty well too. I do. I thought he was a standout on the defense, but they did give up those 2 goals, which I don't really think they should have. I think it was 2, wasn't it? I don't know. My memory is fading. I watched a bunch of games in a row, and they all tend to blur together. I did take notes on individual players, and I thought Che had a really good moment at one point where he's got back and saved what could have been a goal and stopped it. So, Ellis he's not particularly fast. He's a larger mammal, though. He's not a small guy, but he's very, very bright, and he sees the field. He just sees it all, and he uses his body really, really well. And high IQ player. You can tell that from Ellis. And this is only the second time I've seen him this season. So.
I mentioned it before the show starts. With my schedule being janked as it is, with school starting up here, kids starting up their school, and then extracurricular activities. My nights are just shot, and weekends are shot. But I make an effort to watch the Chicago game, which means that I get to watch Brady, and that's about it. As far as USA players are concerned, and then whoever they play against, of course. But I need to make an extra effort to watch these specific teams, the teams that are playing young American players.
I mean, the great thing about Apple, I just went back to Apple and played all the games I missed. Right?
Yeah.
So that's the great thing. I do like Ellis a lot. I'm glad.
I'll go back and rewatch. I'll watch that New York Orlando game and just see what's what. I'll correct you if you're wrong, Derek.
Ellis just has this really good sense of the field. When he gets the ball, he seems to know where everybody is around him. He has a really good connection with Griezmann. That's pretty obvious. And he'll come back and get the ball too, even though he's a forward. He was like, no, I'm going to go back to the midfield, pick up the ball, and take it forward. So I really like Ellis. I don't know where he fits in down the road, but I like a lot of these players. But we don't know who's ultimately going to work out. So that's why we got to keep watching, right?
He's a young Morata type, huh, man? Hope he puts away more goals than Morata did, or Juve at least. Yeah.
True enough on that one. So there are a lot of good players out there right now. We just have to keep watching to find out who's going to absolutely rise to the top in the end. But you're right.
It's good that there's a number of young prospects coming up through the woodworks. Like not only just occasionally playing, but actually starting and playing and scoring and doing all the work that you're expecting.
Yeah,
that's obviously, in my opinion, it'd be more of the goal for the league. But obviously, the league's also a business and wants to make money. But I would love to see more of the league if they were dropping more young players onto the lineup.
Well, the good news is we've been watching MLS for a long time, Brett.
Mm-hmm.
There has never been an era or even a small time window like this where there's all these young players stamping their mark on this league, like multiples of them, who are teenagers. Like this just hasn't happened before. You think about players in the past, and they're all like Mike McGee or something like that, right? Like they're 20-something
Nothing
already.
wrong with Mike McGee.
I love Mike McGee, but like he was already well into his 20s when he finally made a mark, right?
Oh, sure, 100%. Hell, we picked him up when he was in his 30s.
Exactly. So these are teenage kids. Like this is new. This is a new thing. So it's kind of fun. Like that's why I do watch all the RSL games and the New York games and the Philly games, because those are where the players are. And now I'm going to start watching Orlando too because of Ellis. So keep doing it. All right. What else we got? You got more quotes?
Yeah, we got more Poach. And Poach is talking about the upcoming cycle and what's to be expected.
Know very well that we need to work a lot, and there are going to be up and downs during that process. But I think we are very confident that we can start from zero from today, creating new challenge, creating new approach in everything, not only on the pitch, if not off the field. And I think it's a great opportunity for us. I am so grateful. We are so grateful, all the coaching staff.
I don't know where he's going to get to the point there too. He just talked about there's going to be up and downs in the process. It's not going to be just an upward trajectory of success, because he's basically going to talk about how things have got to change.
Yeah,
and it's what I think it's refreshing in the sense. Maybe it's refreshing in the sense, because my issue with the two cycles, when you branch beyond the one cycle club, is you tend to get stale, and you're doing the exact same thing over and over again, and it's very predictable. Teams that can come in like, oh, you're just doing this again, okay. So his idea is that, hey, we're gonna be changing some things up. There's gonna be ups and downs, but the end goal is the end goal.
Sure. Okay.
So
it's almost rhetorical, but yeah.
Let's see here. And then we're going to go 716. When cameraman asks him, hey, did you re-signed with the U.S. men's national team because you liked the American culture, the food, the music, blah blah blah, et cetera, right? What do you think he's going to say?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
After the World Cup, we feel really sad when we traveled to Europe. Like it was, to finish that relationship, and we start to feel empty. It's true that it's a key point also, because we really love the culture of USA.
Culture.
Of course, the music, the people. We feel really very welcome. We feel the love from the people.
That's basically it, really.
Yeah. All right. I'm sure there's a lot of that can influence you to want to come back. Who wants to go out like a bitch? Nobody does. And frankly, that's how we went out of the World Cup. And even though it was really good up until that point, like really good. I know people are like, I've never, ever seen a USA team play that good. Well, then you missed the 2002 World Cup. Because there were some amazing games by the United States in that World Cup. I'm sorry, you missed it. We have played that good before. We dominated Germany in that game. We did. We were the better team, and we lost.
I took a handball off the line.
Yep. So have we ever played that good? Yes, we have. Now, have we ever played that good since then? I mean, we played some good games, but we weren't on the front foot like we were in this World Cup. Like that is something we haven't seen forever from this team. And so the way we went out versus Belgium was really, really disappointing and frankly upsetting. And so for a lot of people, so I understand why some people don't want him back, or I don't even know if I understand that. Because again, you have to take it all in context. It's not like we suck like that the whole World Cup. We were marvelous, and then we weren't.
Dude, we were playing like shit, and it took 60 minutes to get that third goal. I mean, if we weren't playing like shit, if we were playing well, better at least.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would have been a completely different game. Not saying that we would have won, but I mean, it was 2-1, and we were playing like shit for 60 fucking minutes.
Absolutely. 2002 is the world's worst World Cup in history. I really don't care about that. All I know is it wasn't our worst World Cup in history, right?
Yeah,
that's all I care about. I don't care about the rest of the World Cup. Fuck that. All I cared about was how we were doing. So if everybody else played like shit, fine. Not my concern. Anyhow,
Colin says, I rewatched the Belgium game. I didn't think we actually played that bad, besides the mistakes.
The mistakes were egregious.
There were the problems. I mean, you could string together a couple passes and all of a sudden a blunder pass, and we're all of a sudden on our heels. I know it was I don't know, man. I don't have the energy to go back and rewatch that game.
I watched it one more time. That's it. I couldn't do it anymore after that.
Had my fill watching that.
The mistakes were egregious. So, all right. So
not everybody's happy that Poach is back.
Oh yeah, I know. Herc's not.
It says 17, 12, and 2 in 31 matches, 0-2-0 against Mexico, no trophies, 3-2-0 in the 2026 World Cup expanded tournament, and the worst defeat in modern history, World Cup history, while hosting a tournament. JT Batson gets his guy.
Well, if he's talking about the worst defeat while hosting, that would go to Brazil, losing 7-1 to Germany.
Yeah, that's a great point. I didn't even think about that until just now.
I mean, if he's talking about us, yes. I mean, but we've only hosted it twice, so that's not something you can really like set a precedent for. Like, oh yeah, we've hosted it twice, and this was the worst one. What, out of two? Out of two, Herc? But if you're talking about worst defeats of all time, I think the Brazilian one caps it off versus Germany. Listen, this is a case where you just list out all the negative shit. And then people kept asking her over and over again, well, who are you? Who's your pick then? Who you got?
Who you bringing in?
Who you bringing in? Who's realistic? You know what Herc's answer was? Crickets.
I don't know crickets. Is he any good?
Buddy Holly knew the crickets really well. And so even Tack weighed in, who they're friends, and said, well, then who do you got? Nothing. Crickets. And several other posters asked the same question. Crickets. Why do you think there were crickets, Brett? I wonder why. What's his answer going to be? Like Julian Nagelsmann? Like, is that really an improvement over Pochettino? Did you just see what Nagelsmann did to the German national team? That's an improvement? Who you got? Who you got? Until I hear your answer, Herc, I don't want to hear any more of this shit. You either have an answer or you don't. Pep Guardiola ain't realistic, though, BMR. That ain't realistic. It's not.
The amount of money we paid for Poach, and I'm assuming how much we had to pay him continuously here. Some of those are realistic in the sense we could at least afford them.
Yeah. So I don't know. BJ probably Herc's pick. I don't know. He wouldn't say it if that's what he believes. He should say it. People have been asking him all day. Jurgen Love, his shit's out of, I don't know. He didn't coach for ages. I'll pass. How about Megan Rapinoe? Yeah. I'd rather stab my fucking self with an ice pick. All right.
But he does go on to say, I'm not a fan of the rehire and have serious doubts about Pochettino's ability to compete on a 4-year cycle with a program that has lost significant time in 2 different cycles. But then again, my argument to that would be, yes, we lost significant time in 2 different cycles. Unless he's expecting Pochettino to bow out at some point during the cycle, then you would expect that. Well, then he's helped making up for it with the full 4 year cycle.
Yeah.
The two cycles prior where we lost time, that doesn't matter anymore.
You know,
As long as Pochettino stays. Now, if we have 2 years and then he bails to go to Tottenham or something like that, then it's gonna be like, fuck us. You know?
then that will hurt.
That's different.
Right. But I haven't heard any other reasonable answer. Matarazzo, it's not a reasonable answer. He's not leaving his club. Hertzler, not a reasonable answer. He's not leaving his club right now. Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson, man.
Too old. He can barely walk. I don't know if you've seen Phil Jackson lately.
Oh.
Health is not in the best state. So, yeah. I mean, I don't mind anybody coming out and saying, you know, here's why I don't want Poach to be the coach, and here's who I would pick. But you got to have an answer. You can't just bitch. Okay? And then this is when all the at Herc, can't you just be positive for once? I know you have to double down on calling him a fraud. I didn't know he ever called him a fraud. In hopes that you can be right about this, but come on, man.
Derek, you can assume that if Eric is saying it about Herc or Seb, that they absolutely 100% said it because he will hold on to that to use for the next 10 years.
Oh, no, I know. He probably did say it. I don't like that he's not really paid by the Federation, but that's a separate issue. That's true. That is a little weird. Mm-hmm. But it's not like Canada didn't do it. They're doing it too. So, I agree with Eric on this one. I'm not even asking Herc to be positive, though. If he feels that way, he can feel that way. But when everybody in your answering your post is asking, like, well, who you got then? Who you got? And you won't reply, and it's been 24 hours or 12 or whatever it's been, and God knows you've looked at your Twitter since then. Let us know what your solution is. It's all right to bitch about the pick if you have a better solution. That's all I'm saying. And if you truly do, you got somebody up your sleeve that's realistic and can do the job, then I'm all ears. I'm all ears. Until then, it just sounds like a lot of bitching and moaning. And a really negative spin on something that had some positivity to it. It really did. All right, that's it.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, that leaves us with the end of the show here. Oh, we did like a 3-hour show last week, guys, so don't hate us for only an hour and 40 minutes this week.
Yeah, and plus we started late, so there's that.
Yeah.
We did go over some of the young players. We'll continue to watch them. We'll continue to report on them, but we'll also be watching the young players in the Bundesliga and the young players in Holland, because we got some of those too. Like, people don't realize there are literally hundreds of young Americans playing in Europe too. So this isn't just one player, you know, Matisse Albert, which is how you pronounce his name correctly, by the way.
Yeah.
Wink, wink. No, it really is.
BMR wants to know if we're going to watch the new season of Ted Lasso. Yeah, I'll watch it.
Where he coaches the women's team?
I think that's what's going to happen, yeah.
Nope, I'm not watching that.
I'll watch it. I'll give it a chance. I mean, here's my only issue with Ted Lasso's season 4. It ended properly. Why are we rehashing it? I know why we're rehashing it, but why bring it back up? Because then you're only standing a chance of possibly ruining it.
Didn't he win the Premier League?
No.
Or he got close?
City ended up winning because they beat him out because they beat the team that they're playing against. So, no, they were closer in second place. Yeah.
So he's had no other offers from any other Premier League team since then.
Well, let's remember how it ended, though, Derek. He left Richmond to go home to hang out with this kid, so raise his kid. So he left the soccer life away, at that point. So it's the big question this season's going to bring is, why is he coming back? That's going to be the big question, It's
so cheesy to coach the women's team. Really? Nobody else made an offer to Ted Lasso.
Again, though, I wonder if it's one of those things where I was wondering, it'd be really interesting if his son actually turned out to be a good soccer player, and he was being scouted by, he got brought into Richmond to play, so he's playing with everybody, all the other guys over there, and then Rebecca says, "Hey, Ted, do you want to come and coach the women's team that we have? They're doing pretty shit. We'd like to get them up and running." Yeah, could be a thing. I don't know.
The jokes all write themselves. There'll be something about tampons and other things like that. Jokes that are obvious that will come up. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not into it.
I'll give it a chance.
I'm too busy watching Silo right now, and I'm waiting for the Foundation series to get rolling again this year, which it's supposed to do.
It's so tough for me to motivate myself to watch a new series. So, like, again, season 4 of Ted Lasso won't be a new series, so I know what I'm kind of walking into. I'll walk into it with an open mind, but again, it's one of those things I hope they don't jump the shark here.
They will. Julian Rivas for $1.99. Thank you, brother. Do you guys think Poach will stay the 4 years? Unless something egregious happens, yes, I do.
I think Berlin mentioned it. He's like, yeah, he'll get his opportunity, and if he plays poorly, he'll be ousted. Like, the problem is though, do you think U.S. Soccer would have the balls to get rid of Pochettino? The fact that they're paying him a 4-year contract, probably at least $6 million again.
Well,
do you think they're willing to do that?
I think it'll be more likely that somebody tries to buy his contract out, which
likely.
I imagine they put a super safety button on.
Yeah,
like I bet it's going to cost a shitload.
Show me the money
for a release clause. Other than that, I don't see Poach and this team doing poorly in Nations League, and I do not see them doing poorly in Copa America, and I do not see them doing poorly in Gold Cup, which no one cares about anyhow. So I think
this would be an interesting Gold Cup if you win all MLS, because all those young kids would get a big opportunity to stamp their name on the team.
That'll be fun to watch, won't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yep. But no one will blame him if we lose to Mexico in the final, right? They're a bunch of young kids.
Yeah, and would you really be all that upset if Poach came out and basically played with an under 23 team or 21 team or whatever they're calling it nowadays, and he came out and played all these young kids, and then we lost to like Mexico in the finals? Would anybody really be that upset?
And we all know that Gold Cup team will still, regardless of what you might think, be made up of a lot of MLS players and very few of our. Yep.
Depends on how we lose. If we went out there and we lost like 6-0, yeah, of course, and there'd be some questions.
We would have to embarrass ourselves very significantly for him to be fired.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, I don't see him doing that. But it's possible. Anything's fucking possible. Anything's possible when it comes to that. So
that's right. As Bigote says, there's also the Copa. I forgot all about that.
Oh, I mentioned it in my comments.
I missed it. I missed it when you're saying it.
About a minute.
I heard you listing all the things. I must have missed Copa somehow.
Yeah. So I mean, it's possible we get embarrassed in Copa. It's possible we flame out of the Nations League, and then yes, he'll be in trouble. So, yeah, I'm sure, however, as I understand it, that the mutual out clauses for both, i.e., for a team to steal him away, is going to be expensive for that team. And for the United States men's national team to let him go out of his contract and fire him is still going to cost us a shitload of money. That's how I understand the contract works. Either way, they both win. Okay, or the only loser will be us. If a team comes and steals our coach, the only thing we're going to get out of that is a pile of fucking cash. Okay? That buyout clause. So I guess that's a positive, but now we don't have a coach. And we got, let's say, 2 years of the World Cup and qualifying to finish. So that's a loss for us. And on the other hand, if he does so poorly, we want to get rid of him. Now we still got to pay him. I guarantee you that's in the clause. We are paying him for the full 4 years, regardless of whether we fire him or not, or something
Oh,
very,
100%.
very close to a full 4 years. So either way, it's a lose-lose for us. So in that way, if that's one of your arguments against Poach, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yep.
All right. I
All
think
right.
that's going to do it tonight, guys. I know it wasn't 2 hours, but it's fucking close. We will be back next week. Again, I would just assume at this point that these shows are going to cover every aspect of U.S. soccer, front, back, and otherwise. Like, yes, there will be a big headline of one of the big major topics we're going to cover, but I would assume, as usual, we're not going to miss anything. We're going to try to cover it all, and we're going to continue to do that. So thanks to all 240 of you that were here tonight. We'll see you soon. Have a great rest of the week, and enjoy your time with your stepsister. Good night.
That hurt.
Welcome to the post-match press conference of the match between...
Sometimes people have sex in different ways. 65. And one way is a type of sex called oral sex.
It's really good. You know,
I don't particularly enjoy it.
set the right tone, set the standards.
No, it's not one of my favorites.
The knowledge and also experience from different people. And
Only if you're doing it right.
I am very good.
Every man thinks he knows which positions women love, but most are completely wrong.